Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America. The Texas Supreme Court, it's made a bombshell decision about removing Democrats from their positions after they ran away from being legislatures. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And I should have said legislators. That was the correct word there. So the Democrats, as you know, have run away from Texas, right? They're running, they're hiding, they're trying to stop quorum from happening because they're terrified about this redistricting plan, and they're making it worse because Republicans are like, maybe we won't do 5 seats. Maybe we'll add 10 Republican seats. They're making it worse the longer they're away. And eventually, they got to come back, right? It's going to end how it's going to end. We all know how this is going to end. They want to put on a show first, and that's fine. Well, Ken Paxton, the Attorney General, and Greg Abbott, the governor, they went to this Texas Supreme Court and they said, look, they refuse to do their jobs. We want them removed. 9-0 conservative majority on the Texas Supreme Court. And still, in a shocker, they have put this off till September. They're not going to hear arguments on this till September. That stunned me. I thought they would move quickly. But that being said, I think the court maybe is trying to give these Democrats the chance to come to their senses on their own so they don't have to get involved. But I'm not certain they will. I think the court might have to actually remove them. I want you guys to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
Well, it looks like the standoff over Texas's new congressional maps is set to drag on. The Texas Supreme Court declined to act quickly, saying it won't decide for weeks whether to remove Texas Democratic leader Gene Wu, staying out of a political showdown. Governor Abbott's lawsuit to remove the state rep will continue in the background. And at the Capitol, the House remains idle on day 9. Republican House Speaker Dustin Burrows and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick agreed to end the special session Friday. Governor Abbott says he will immediately call a second session, extending the fight another 30 days. Meanwhile, bills to aid in the recovery from Central Texas flooding remain on hold.
The devastation in our hill country communities, the Texas Constitution, and their mounting debt aren't enough to bring them back today. They should yet again be reminded this is not going away.
And look at this. Across the hall in the Texas Senate, a Democratic walkout for taking up the controversial maps before flood recovery. The Senate Democratic Caucus releasing a statement afterward stating this mid-decade redistricting isn't about fair representation. It's about politicians picking their voters instead of voters choosing their leaders. 2 of North Texas's biggest school districts are now back in class. You got students in Dallas and Fort Worth who wrapped up their first day. And both districts are starting the year with pretty major headlines. In Fort Worth ISD, the newly named superintendent, Karen Molinar, and the board, they could face state takeover as early as this month due to years' worth of poor performance. She says that she's been working to make sure she is proving to the state that the district is changing.